We are live now, so
All right.
some participants are starting to join us. Good morning, everyone.
It is 9:30. We are going to give it another minute or two to let more attendees get online with us. For those that have already joined us, thank you. All right. Well, it's 9:31. It is July 13th, 2023. I am Tracy Vaughn, and you have joined the Visit Lauderdale Global Trade Partner Quarterly Update. Thank you all for joining us. We're excited to be here. I am joined today by the Global Trade team. Caitlin, Roger, and Paul are here. I think you can see all of us. We also have another staff member, Ted Bostomer, is joining us today. You'll be hearing from him later. He's got our new VP of Research Strategy and Revenue Management. And welcome, Ted. We're glad you joined us. He's going to be sharing some updates on hotels and airline and port and so forth. So we're excited to have him here with us today. Do want to just mention a couple of housekeeping notes that this is being recorded. We're typically about 45 minutes. If for some reason you can't stay for the duration of today's session, it will be on the Visit Lauderdale site soon. And you can certainly catch it at your own leisure to follow up. And also, at any point, if you have questions, you can use the chat box to send us a question. Feel free to do that at any point during the presentation, and we'll try to answer your questions as they come in. So you don't have to wait till the end. And we'll keep an eye on that chat box. So quickly, just going through the agenda, we want to talk today about IPW 2026. I hope many of you have heard that Visit Lauderdale is actually bidding on this program. I'll give you an update on where we are with that, not just yet. We're going to talk about cruise news. There's some news that just came out yesterday about 2024 that we're excited to share with you. We want to talk a little bit about what we've done in Q3 of 2023, what we've just recently done, April through June. We're going to talk about the end of fiscal year 23, which will be July through the end of September. We're talking about our upcoming programs. Always want to share with you what we're doing to round out what we do face-to-face with our media buys. I'm going to give you some highlights there. And then we're going to give you a little peek, a preview of what's coming up for 24, starting in October of this year. And this is where Ted comes in. He's going to give us that market update. So let's talk a little bit about IPW 2026. This is one of my favorite programs that we do. We'll talk about this year's IPW that happened in May in San Antonio this year in a little bit. But we had the U.S. Travel Association team in this week, actually, for a site visit to look at the potential of us hosting this large program. As you can see, on peak night, 3,900 rooms, 20,000 rooms in total over a 5-night period. Global buyers coming in from throughout the world. This year, the program had over 5,000 attendees, including 500 media from around the world as well. These are top buyers, and it's just such an incredible opportunity, an incredible program. Visit Lauderdale is committing up to $5 million to be able to host this program. It's well worth the effort. I do want to do a huge shout out to the hotels that gave us proposals for this, the ones that we visited this week. Huge shout out to Mike Pue and his team, Dion, who took the lead on this, Eduardo as well, Convention Services, Toby, all of us. It was so wonderful. This is a program that will bring not only this organization together, it's going to take, you know, they say it takes a village. It's going to take a community here to truly be able to host this. And we're very, very excited about the opportunity. It would be an amazing opportunity for us. We look at what happened to San Antonio this year, the amazing press, and it's all about the long game here. The buyers that we bring in will definitely be packaging and selling this destination. We have such an amazing story to tell now with all the transformations and renaissance that we've been going through. So we're very, very excited about it and so appreciative of our partners throughout the community. It truly will take this community to make this happen. And I think we had a great site visit this week. So we will know in September. They have told us that they will be announcing in September, and just an FYI, they put the RFP out for 26 through 30. So they're getting bids in for all of those years. And so obviously they're wanting to wrap all that up. So we are very, very hopeful. And again, thank you to our partners who supported this effort. Let's look at what's exciting about the cruise and the Port Everglades, what's coming in 2024. Lots of good news here as well. We have coming in the Disney Dream in 24. We know the Disney Magic as well will be here, as Amara, the Onward. We also have coming the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas and Celebrity Cruises Celebrity Ascent. And then also these environmentally sustainable, which is so important when we're out talking really around the world now, particularly internationally. We'd like to be able to talk about these cruise lines that are doing these environmentally sustainable new builds. Silver Seas, the Silver Nova, and Princess Cruises, the Sun Princess. And then also, we've talked about this previously. We love that Terminal 4 is being taken over by Disney Cruise Line. It's being reimagined as we speak. Very, very exciting for us. Exciting too, because this terminal is right next to the convention center, and it makes it space that could be available for some of our conventions as well. Something that we talked to U.S. Travel about with IPW. And the news that came out yesterday, we have supersized summer sailings for 24 this year. We have 3 summer sailings, or 3 different ships that are coming in for the summer sailings. Next year, we were looking at 5 different ships, and some of these are doing the shorter itineraries. As you can see, Celebrities looking at 3 and 4 night, as well as the Disney Magic. So this is great for us to have these summer sailings coming in, because again, it's that opportunity for pre-post. So we're very excited about this, and kudos to our port for being so proactive in securing these additional sailings. We're excited about that. So hopefully this is why we've all come together, is to hear a little bit about what this team has been up to. It's been a busy quarter. As you can see here, here's a list of the programs and where we've been out and around in the world. Starting in April, Caitlin and I went to Sao Paulo for World Travel Market, LATAM, an excellent show for us. We also partnered with Visit Florida at this show to do their media event that they had there. Great program, great opportunity. Caitlin had lots of appointments and secured just lots of connections there. Cruise 360, as you know, right here in our own backyard at our convention center. We love having Clea here. Great opportunity, for us to also showcase pre-post with these cruise planners. Travel Agent Forum was in Las Vegas. Ava actually did this program, and I will share that Ava has moved on. She is now with Virgin Voyages, but we are filling her position. ASTA South Florida, Paul covered that event for us again here in our own backyard. Virtuoso on tour in Canada and Montreal. Paul did this as well. New opportunity for us. We have a membership with Virtuoso, and we're really looking at how we can expand on it. We love these travel advisors. Obviously, they're well qualified. This is that luxury market, but keep in mind, they sell everything. And it's just and they're so qualified. So it's a great opportunity for us to see these advisors in Montreal. And we're looking next year at doing this again and adding some other cities as well. The ASTA Global Convention in San Juan. Roger started May 1, and then on May 2, he went to San Juan with me so we could do this program. We love ASTA as well. This is a great convention for us. And Roger had a hit the ground running opportunity to join us there in his second day, first week. The ILTM in Sao Paulo, this is a luxury program. First time we've done this program. Caitlin went there, appointment show, again, luxury oriented, great opportunity to talk about, we've got these new cruise lines that are coming in that are much, that luxury level, plus the new product that we have here and the transformation that we're seeing here in the city. It's not to say we are very diverse and we have the whole range of programs, but for us, talking luxury is kind of new for us, and it's very important that we talk about this. And that was a great opportunity. It is a program that we look like that we would probably want to do every other year. IPW San Antonio, I mentioned earlier, this is an incredible program. Here we are, the lower left-hand corner there, you'll see a picture, 12 partners there. Just an amazing event, and I have to send out huge kudos to San Antonio. They kind of came in as the underdog. They've never hosted it as we haven't, but they really showed the world what they can do. And I am telling you that they made a lot of positive impressions, not only with the buyers, but suppliers. So many people were just so impressed with the city. They did an amazing job, and there's lots of business coming their way. We were so excited to have this footprint that we did. Second year that we've done this, where we brought our partners. Thank you to all our partners that joined us. It really just shows how much we're in this business to do business with our international buyers. And I just thought it was a great program. We're looking next year. We will be in LA, and we're really expecting to be able to expand our footprint and have more of you join us there, as we hopefully will be sharing that we've got 2026. GTM, Global Travel Marketplace, again, right here, put on by North Star, right here at the Diplomat, great program. This year, we actually partnered with Visit Florida. We asked them to help support this program by supporting the opening event that we have to do, big investment there. It was great to leverage some of their dollars to help us. We also did seminars with them. So that was a great opportunity. And this is just such a great program. These are very qualified agents. They have to apply to come in. They have to sell a certain amount of business to be there. So we're getting in front of qualified advisors. Travel Marketplace, this is another new one for us that Paul organized up in Canada, combined it with the sales mission, where we also did some appointments with our tour operators and secured some opportunities with them for some co-op marketing. But it's always great to see our buyers in their offices. You can see here in the upper left-hand corner, this is with us in Air Canada Vacations. And again, thank you to our partners that joined us. Such a great opportunity. Virtuoso, this Latin American cruise, or Latin America and Caribbean cruise opportunity. Virtuoso came to us actually a couple years ago about this, but it ended up happening this year. Is at the Conrad. Incredible opportunity. These are advisors that came from throughout Latin America and the Caribbean. They funded themselves to get here to learn more about our cruise opportunities. Pre-post, it was such a great opportunity for us to get in front of them. We certainly enjoyed it. Appointment based. We also had some pre and post opportunities there. And then the Ultra Lux Summit was handled by Roger, and great, another appointment show. And again, luxury oriented appointments. It was just wonderful for us. I do want to just a quick glance here. Here we are out and about different shows. I do want to point out Paul over here with Panthers. We had the Panthers at IPW. I need to point that out. First time ever. They were under the sports pavilion. It was a fabulous opportunity because at that time we were seeing them actually going into the finals. So there was a lot of chatter about it. So it made it even more exciting for us. And they were so pleased with the opportunity. They've already told us that they want to join us next year and want to be on our stand with us in their own 10 by 10. So we're excited about that. When I said we want to expand our footprint, there's the start for that. So that's a little bit about where we've been, what we've been up to. And now I'm going to turn it over to Caitlin. She can talk about all these great fans we've had in.
Thank you, Tracy. Good morning. Yes, we started back in April, really kicking off our FAMs for the year for 2023. And thank you to all of our partners. I know that you are probably tired of getting my emails with, constant requests about site visits and room requests and attraction visits. Maybe not tired of it because we know that these advisors will sell what they know, right? So for the domestic side, we started off in April with our Lauderdale Loyalist Ambassador, and I think Tracy will talk a little bit more about this later with a media buy because this was a unique opportunity, but it was a full 2 days with two of our new Lauderdale Loyalist Ambassadors, and we showcased all around the county with them. And then we moved right into Cruise 360, which we do every year. We're not going to do an overnight FAM, but we'll do some attraction visits so that they know what they can sell pre and post cruise. And, it's not just about coming in and staying at one hotel and doing nothing and going to the cruise. There's lots to explore in the destination. Cruise One Dream Vacations. Ava was coordinating that before. This was a program that we've been doing for about 2 years because there was no ship inspections. So we partnered with Cruise One Dream Vacations and hosted them with some attraction visits instead of a ship inspection. Now ship inspections are back, so those are going to kind of wean away, which is okay because it was a lot on us. But we are in constant contact with them. Actually, Roger was just out with them last night with their new franchisee trade show. So there's lots of opportunities to come as well with them. And then moving on to GTM pre and post, this is something that we capitalize on every year because GTM is here. And as Tracy mentioned, these are $1 million plus qualified sales, travel buyers, and they are here in our destination. So we need to capitalize on that and show them around. So we did 2 FAMs with them, a pre and a post. So I tallied it up really quick. Domestic FAMs, we visited 16 hotels, 18 attractions, and 10 independent restaurants with these groups here. So thank you so much for everyone that worked with us on these domestic FAMs. And I think Roger's going to talk later about some more opportunities for domestic this year. But moving on to Latin America FAMs as well, we started in May and it's just been nonstop. May and June were packed. We hosted Kalua, which was Brazilian receptive, Petra or Navitora, a Mexican luxury operator, Argentinian media, Virtuoso Latin America cruise, as Tracy mentioned. Then we had 2 back-to-back Brazilian FAMs, so Diversa Turismo, which is a wholesaler, and the travel team, TTT Brazil, which are all agency owners or agency managers out of Brazil. So lots of packed activities. Some stats here. We visited 22 hotels with these group of people, 25 attractions, and 8 restaurants. So we have been around the county. We have been all throughout from Hallandale up to Deerfield and out west, really kind of sprinkling our love throughout the county so that you can see these clients, based on their market, of course, and what is good for what they sell. But I hope you enjoyed interacting with these clients. It's really important. It's a lot of work from us. It's a lot of work on your side as well, but we do believe that it pays off in the end. And here's some international press that we actually received from these FAMs, or some social media. So with the Kahlua one, they shared this with us. These, of course, this gets a lot of great imagery always. The Hard Rock, they had 12,000 views with that one. And this second post here, where they talked about the different hotels that they visited here in Greater Fort Lauderdale, had over 185,000 reach with that one post. So really exciting media with these. And then the Diversa Turismo, they had a journalist on the FAM with them, and they published an article right away highlighting everything we did. It was the journalist's first time to the US actually too. So that was really exciting. And so lots to share there. And then the travel team Brazil, hopefully you are all following us on Leisure Lauderdale. We reposted their stories, and hopefully you're all interacting with them on their social as well. But not sure if this video is going to, you could hear it, but it's okay if it doesn't. But they put this recap together, and they were just all over social media. So this was exciting as well. And that's kind of how they operate. They all have their own agencies that they work under, but they sell a lot through social, that particular one. We know that Brazilians love their Instagram. And then just some more international mission and trade show press. So we mentioned ILTM, we got mentioned here. Canada, we had a great article there showing Paul and Tracy and our partners that went up with us, and then some more press out of IPW. So this is all, sometimes they share it with us, sometimes they don't, but we just want you to know that we are out there working on behalf of you all. And I think that's it for me right now, right? You're going to continue, Tracy?
That's correct. And I just want to do a little shout out. I think in our last quarterly update, we told you about Caitlin moving into the Latin America world to take over the efforts there. And as you can see, she's done an amazing job. And these programs that she's been attending, we mentioned ILTM, also WTM, all of these programs, she's worked them very hard to be able to create these opportunities to get people here and making those connections. And as you can see, she's done an amazing job in this very short time to be able to do that. And as you all know, people sell what they know. And I think the more of our buyers that we can get here and they see our product. And as she mentioned, one of the journalists had never even been to the US. We frequently find that many of these buyers have not actually ever been to Greater Fort Lauderdale region. And so it's just such an eye opener, and all of them always walk away so pleased and just amazed at the product that we have here. So thank you to all of you that helped with this effort. And as she mentioned, it was a lot. There was a lot of attractions and a lot of hotels that we're seeing. And so thank you to all of you for doing that and supporting us in this way. So talking about what's coming up for the rest of this fiscal year, we're not slowing down. Caitlin actually just hosted a group here of 7, I believe, out of Columbia for a soccer event, football, that was right here in our own DRV stadium. That was July 8th. It was last weekend. 2 of the main teams, I'm not a soccer fan, so I'm not real familiar with all of this, but I know it's big there. And these were the 2 top competitors, one out of Bogota, one out of Medellin. Their top teams, huge competition between them, rivalry. And so it was a great opportunity. Caitlin's partnered with Spirit to bring some CTOs here. And it was a great night she told me, even though it was a little bit of a 3-hour delay or more, they were in it, stayed, gamed it in until like after midnight, and they weren't going anywhere until she kicked them out. But very exciting for us. And because all of this, and again, she mentioned Latin America, they love their social media. We got so much social media on this, and we're really happy they talk all about Greater Fort Lauderdale. There was no mention. Sometimes we struggle. They talk about somewhere south to us. But this was so focused, and it's just such a great opportunity. And this was a program that we also did with our sports team. here with Glenn and his team. So it was a great, just an opportunity for us to come together. And we look for more opportunities like this too. Caitlin is going to Destinations International. This is one of our just educational opportunities for her. Pleasant holidays. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of our media buys, but we have a webinar coming up with them that is tied into media buy that we do. And again, I just want to point out that so much of what we're doing, it's not just one-offs. We're often looking for other ways that we keep getting in front of these advisors, whether we're face-to-face, but they're also going to see us in print and digital and so forth. And this is one of those opportunities. Cruise Planners is having their land forum right here at our convention center coming up in a week or two. Roger's taking that on as part of his efforts with the domestic. First, Virtuoso Travel Week. We do this every year, coming up in August. It's in Las Vegas. Tag team here. Caitlin and Paul will be handling it. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity. I don't even know how many appointments you have. It's tiring for me to think of it. And we're happy to report too that Stacy Ritter will be joining and participating in a CEO forum this year, which is brand new with Virtuoso. ESTO, another educational opportunity. We like to stay fresh and what's happening out there. So Paul and I are going to ESTO, and I think some other staff here at Visit Lauderdale will be as too. And vacations. We're all going on vacations this month. We are working that in the middle of all of this. Signature Travel Network, the owners conference. This is a very exclusive event happening in September. Roger will be taking this on. These are the movers and shakers, the owners, and it's a limited number of suppliers that are there. So we get some really quality one-on-one time with the people that own these agencies. These are highly qualified. I believe there's about 200 owners that'll be there and maybe only about 50 suppliers. So we're very, very excited to be part of this very exclusive event. Delta Vacations University will be in Minneapolis this year. This is something we do annually. They bring in their diamond advisors. So these, again, highly qualified advisors that come in for this event. This will be in September. Visit Florida is actually producing a sales mission to Peru and Ecuador. We have not been there in a very long time. It's very affordable and a great opportunity for us to do some exploring there. Caitlin will be there too, and that's at the end of September. And then, of course, Lieb is our agency of record in our German-speaking markets. They're back on board. They've worked this account for a very, very long time. We are coordinating with Naples to bring in some five top-level luxury-oriented operators who do the packaging and selling. They will be coming in as well in September. We're very excited to work directly with Naples as well. As you all know, most of our German market come in and they do 2 city centers, if not more. So this is a great opportunity for us, and we'll be reaching out. Paul will be coordinating that. So that's what's coming up through September of 23. Co-op marketing. This is where, again, I mentioned already, we like to round out what we're doing and make sure that we're always top of mind and they're seeing our branding. These are opportunities for us to get the branding out there for brand recognition, but also to continue to tell the educational side of what we're doing as well. So we look for these opportunities to tie in directly with some of the trade events that we do as well. But we did produce, this came out in May, we produced travel guides, print. They're actually in print. There'll be also flip books on our site as well. 5 different languages that we did: Spanish, UK English, German, French, Canadian, and our English. So these are things that we can take with us, beautiful guides. Beds Online, I'm going to hold off on saying anything about that. Paul's going to take this, but we love doing co-ops with them because it gives us some data. IPW Media Buy, we've mentioned this a little bit, but we do the daily there. And again, it's just keeping Visit Lauderdale front and center on people's mind. It's a great buy for us. It's during the show itself. And then the final one is immediately after. We did a program with North Star just recently. Caitlin did mention when she was talking about the FAMs. This was an opportunity that Visit Florida had negotiated. There were 4 partner opportunities there. We were one of the destinations that bought into it. It was a competition, a social media type competition that gave us 2 ambassadors that came in for the FAM. But we also got on the resource page that Visit Florida sponsors under Travel Weekly. Is giving us a webinar as well. We love these opportunities. They're just affordable, but it just keeps us out there with social media and other types of media as well, different channels. The Lauderdale cruise line, this is like their go-to guide manual of cruise and for Latin America. And we are actually, it went into the print, Colombia, Chile, Ecuador, Argentina, and Mexico. We had a full page ad as well as a full page of editorial. These advisors will be using this throughout the year, looking at their cruise, and they'll will be top of mind, we think. Pleasant holidays. This is, again, one of our key buyers, tour operators that we work with. It gives us an opportunity to reach out not only to our advisors that book through Pleasant Holidays, but also B2C that reaches out. So it's digital opportunities there, as well as newsletters, social media, and so forth, and their journeys guide. Azul Viagens, we actually just got this secured, and again, this is some digital opportunities with the again, the operator for Azul, and as Caitlin mentioned again about the importance of social media there. This is going to give us some social media proprietary. It will be on their social media proprietary channels with Facebook and Instagram. Again, telling our story, and we have such good flights and service here through them. So we're excited about this. This is really probably one of the first times we've done something with them, certainly in recent years. So we're excited about that. Signature Travel Network. We talked about Signature, where Roger's going to the meeting in September, but we do a buy with them that includes, exclusive emails. So again, it's just the outreach. It's not just a one time. We're just constantly trying to get in front and making it very strategic. So, and again, with digital banners and so forth. TA Connect, this is all about data intelligence, which we love, and it's helping us keep our database clean and how we can reach out to our database and making sure that we can do newsletters and so forth. So this is really about a subscription that allows us to really manage our database. And I think everybody knows how important that is. It's such a key component of staying relevant, is being able to communicate with our database. And Vax Vacation, this is a community of 125,000 advisors. And again, just an opportunity to put our banner out there, our branding out there. So we do some, their destination page. This is where these advisors go to market and sell leisure product. And then the Mundo Turismo is a print that we're doing that will be at FIT in Argentina. We bought a page that will be an ad and a 2-page editorial. We won't be there at FIT this year. We're planning for next year, but it does give us some exposure. So again, at a very good value. So I just want to make sure everybody understands that there's so much that we do around when we're actually out and about, that there's just this constant keeping our branding and our product out there. And this is the actual Lauderdale cruise. As I said, we have an editorial and a full page ad. And Paul, I'm going to let you take over and then talk about what some of the data was. This particular program wrapped up in June.
Actually, it has one more month. We're 6 months. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, 6-month program that we have with Hotel Beds and Bids Online. We've talked about the program itself, and it's a fantastic campaign for us. And the reason why we love this so much is so many of our partners are involved with it, number one. But number two, it's also a great gauge for us to see how we are doing, not only on the international market, but also the domestic market through Hotel Beds and Beds Online. A couple of notes here that you'll see, and then we're going to show you some numbers on the next slide. But we're ahead of 2019 pre-pandemic numbers here in 2023, which is incredibly positive news for us right now. The one thing that we were aware of, and we had been talking about this for the past year or so, was that we thought we would be, and we are down year over year, 22-23 domestically. And the main reason, again, is, quite honestly, a little bit of Florida fatigue, and the rest of the world is now open. So people have choices now in the United States to go to wherever they would like to go, whether it be Europe or anywhere in the world. And we're seeing similar stats like what we're seeing here in Fort Lauderdale to the state of Florida, as well as the country. However, the positive note is that domestic, we are still up over 2019, which is, I noted here, very, very positive for us. Our total revenue for the 7-country campaign, which is what we are targeting, I'm going to show you those target countries in a second. 4.5 million so far through June, February through June. We have one more month to go. We're up 26% to 19 and down only 11% to 22. However, that 11% is mostly the domestic travel. You're going to see that on the next slide. So look at Canada, and this is actually a really great gauge of what Tracy was talking about earlier as to why we are spending so much time in certain regions. Canada is without a doubt our #1 market. Toronto and Montreal are #1 and 2 international destinations coming into Fort Lauderdale. If you look at that, we're up 54% to 19 and 39% to 22 right now. As I mentioned, the United States, unfortunately, domestically, although we are up 30% to 19 and the pre-pandemic numbers, we're still down 20% to 2022 because, again, the rest of the world is open. Some other positive notes, and the United Kingdom doing very well for 22 compared to 22. Germany, we're starting to come back and we're seeing those signs and we're starting to really increase our efforts there. We'll talk about that when we show you the leave slides. But our big news here is something that Tracy and I fully believe will be a big, huge market for us, which is Scandinavia. And we picked these 3 countries to see how we would do with them. And so far, so good. And we are talking with Hotel Beds and Beds Online about how we can increase these numbers even more. But look at the numbers versus 22, 98%, 67%, 112%. The revenue numbers may be smaller than the rest, but if you combine them, they are starting to become a player for Fort Lauderdale. So we're very, very excited about that. Next slide, please. Let's talk about Hablo a little bit. Now, Hablo is our communications platform, which takes us all over the globe. I know you've heard me talk about it. It's something that we are very excited about. We really, really feel that this is an opportunity that all of our partners here in Visit Lauderdale should be a part of. You have your own web page. It would be underneath our umbrella. It is completely free of charge, and it gives you a chance to literally communicate throughout the globe. So think about that. Look at the numbers that we've had thus far. And we've only really been involved with them for a year, but really 6 months of full activity with them. We have 2,400 followers globally, 10,200 posts impressions in the last 6 months alone. You'll actually see today or tomorrow, Hablo Talks, which is an interview platform. It started today, interviewing today. I am the person that was interviewed, and you'll be able to see that. And we talk about Visit Lauderdale and all of the opportunities that we have here. And that goes out to the entire world. Tracy did one about a year and a half ago, Hablo Talks, and we saw incredible bump in followers after that interview alone, when Tracy got to do her discussion with Hablo and talk about Visit Lauderdale and all of our great hotels, attractions, and restaurants. So again, partner pages can be created. We can help you with creating them. The Hablo team will help as well, help you design that and get that ready and show you how to post. We do have a few partners right now. You see them below here, Brightline, Pompano, Private Scuba Lessons. And we also have, I believe, one other and a few more that want to join as well. So please let me know if you have any questions about Hablo, and we'll go from there and get you set up. Some of the leave initiatives, again, our German representation company. This is from April through June, and we are very excited to let you all know that we did renew the agreement this year, May 23. So there was a little bit of lag time as we were getting that contract ready and the agreement ready, but they're off and running now, and we'll have them for another full year. A couple of their achievements here that they've done thus far over just the last month or two. Argus Rising North America Day in May, they had 30 agents and 120 end consumers that our Leave associates worked with and spoke with. The 2 other events here, Lube Pools, one in Frankfurt and one in Vienna, these are huge for us. This is all about the luxury market. So as you can see here, 55 participants in Frankfurt, and they had 44 pre-qualified meetings in Vienna. So again, this is something that, as Tracy mentioned, we are going after more of that luxury market. Caitlin is doing that with ILTM as well in Latin America. And we're looking to expand that more with things like Loop through Lead, as well as Virtuoso events that we'll talk about as well. A couple of other initiatives that are happening as well through the media end of Lead and some things that they're doing through the end of this fiscal year. We had something that I am incredibly excited about. Every McDonald's in Germany, and there were over 700 of them from June 7th through July 7th, ran our video on their TV monitors in every one of these McDonald's across Germany. It was shown 456,000 times. And the best part about it, absolutely free. So we are getting literally free advertising through this program. We are looking to do this again, and not just with McDonald's, but any of the restaurants that offer this type of opportunity for us. So Lieb is looking for this for us, and will keep us in mind when it does come up. Future events happening. They're doing a Hamburg cooking program in August. So they'll have about 25 participants with this, and they're going to be doing all kinds of cooking ideas and have a celebrity chef with them in Germany, and kind of going over special foods that are done here in Visit Lauderdale and the greater Fort Lauderdale region. They're also doing a lastminute.com podcast in late July. And then, of course, Luxury Fam German operators are coming September 8th to the 11th. And yes, today, tomorrow, when I'm back from vacation, you will be hearing from me, as Caitlin does with you all, for all of the Latin American markets and domestic markets. I'll be asking for some site tours and hotel partners to help us out with the fam, as well as attractions. So looking forward to that. Again, this is a great opportunity for you, and we couldn't be more excited about sharing this opportunity with Naples.
I see we have a question from Rita about with the Norway, Scandinavia slowed down now that Norse is moving out. They're moving out in September. And I would say no, we're continuing to work that market. SAS certainly has service into Miami, and that's certainly something that we talk about. We know that all of our European markets don't have direct service into FLL, but there's many ways that our consumers in our target markets in Europe, how they get here. And just be aware that we work with a contractor in Scandinavia, and we do kind of treat it Nordic. We do kind of treat it, as a region, and look at those numbers overall. They are good spenders, and so it's really about the spend for us. And some of these markets as well, they come for longer stays. They have an amazing amount of holiday time. And so we want to make sure that we get our piece of that, and they love our product. So this is matching up product. So we look at other ways of how we get these travelers here, and it is by working with these operators who package and sell, and they're such influencers because they are doing extended stays and these long hauls. It's really important that they feel comfortable with their booking, and they do go to the experts. So we have good working relationships with those operators, and we talk about how we can get them from Miami or Orlando, and certainly Brightline is going to be a game changer in that. And just a little teaser too, we're working with, this may sound a little strange, but we're working with Air Canada to get people here as well. And we're looking at some programming because we had such amazing service out of their hubs in Canada. And people will travel that direction to Canada to get here. And we will be announcing that some programs with that in the new fiscal. But we do not necessarily foresee that there'll be any kind of issue with Norse having pulled out. They are moving into Miami as well. So thank you for the question, Rita. Going forward, looking at what's happening, some teasers for 2024. Paul?
Yeah, and actually, what Tracy brought up about Air Canada, we are working on some programs, and that is why not only Canada, of course, but Scandinavia is going to be a really main focus of ours going into 24, our fiscal year 24, starting in October 1st. Some things that are happening for Canada and Europe, some great opportunities that will be coming up for our partners, as well as programs that we'll be managing. And this is just a little smidgen of what we're actually doing. And I know Caitlin and Roger are also going to talk about their markets. I'll be focusing mostly on Eastern Canada, UK, Ireland, and Germany. The secondary markets you see there are Scandinavia, Italy, and France. Some partner opportunities, and Tracy brought this up earlier in the presentation, IPW 24 Los Angeles in May. It is in early May this year. So on August 10th, I believe, I will be having a call with IPW to start our registration process and the beginning stages of setting up our booth for IPW 24. As Tracy did mention, we are looking at expanding. We had 12 partners last year. We're looking at the Panthers joining us as well in our booth. More to come on that. And as you all know, IPW is a passion of mine and of Tracy's, of course. So I will be probably hot and heavy about getting partners to join us up probably in the next 3 or 4 months. So be ready to see that notice coming out. And we'll have any questions you may have, please reach out to me. And we look forward to talking to you about that as we move forward into 24. We're also looking at outdoor adventure shows in Toronto, February of 24, and Montreal, March of 24. These will also be partner programs as we finish planning the planning process. More to come on that. And we also like to try and tie missions around these shows. So that's really the idea, where the shows are only 1 or 2 days. So why not spend 3 days calling on operators and also media and press while we're there? That's the idea. That's what we did with Travel Marketplace, which we will look to attend again in Toronto of June in 24. Again, we had 3 partners with us, and I'd like to thank our partners that joined us. Again, great opportunity. We packaged it with a mission as well, as you can see here in the next point. And it was incredibly successful. We had a lot of great PR. We had a phenomenal dinner with some of our top operators and press in Canada. So again, very, very excited about that and looking to do it again. We're looking at Transat Academy, which is Air Transat. We didn't do it this year. We're going to do it every other year, it looks like. And we're also planning to do a huge co-op with Air Transat, actually just in a few weeks. So you'll see more about that in our next partner meeting. But Air Transat Academy is really a chance for us to have a booth during their academy sessions in different locations throughout Eastern Canada. Again, it'll be a partner-related program, and looking forward to having you with us. Luxury markets, we're working on Virtuoso Canada on tour events. Again, probably not a partner event, but I wanted to bring this up because, again, it shows that we are really going after that luxury market. We're looking at doing 3 cities in Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal. And then, of course, EMEA or Europe on tour events as well with Virtuoso. Same type of idea as what they have in Canada. The FAM opportunities, we talked about the German luxury coming in September. More on that as you'll see in the next few days. Canadian Airlines, UK, Ireland, and then, of course, domestic-based receptive tour operators.
All right. So thank you, Paul. In terms of Latin America for the next fiscal year, we are still working on some details here, but we will be focusing primarily on the markets that we mentioned, Brazil, Colombia, and Mexico as some of those top markets, and looking into what we can discover in Peru, Ecuador, and some Central America, because we do have all of those flights with Spirit. So partner opportunities where you can come with us. We are looking to secure our own booth this year at Anato in Colombia, which is in February. Last year we were in with Visit Florida, so we are looking at getting that own space right now, but we don't have it finalized quite yet. WTM Latam will be in Brazil again in April of 2024, and we also plan to open that up to partners. And as Tracy mentioned, FEAT in Argentina will be in September 2024. We hope to have space with that with partners, and we are exploring a Central America roadshow with Spirit. So that is a plan that we're working on as we speak, and above with a Brazilian sales mission in September as well. So we're going to have to kind of look at that schedule because a lot is happening at the end of next fiscal year. Unfortunately, that's the way it works, right? Everything all at once, but looking to strategize on the best plan for all of you to join us for that. In terms of luxury market, the same that Paul mentioned, focusing on that partnership that we already have with Virtuoso. So we did attend last year in Mexico City. They have another event in Monterrey that we're exploring to attend in November, as well as some other opportunities in March, depending on the schedule. And some sales missions, we are looking at the opportunity with Brand USA again. I did attend that last year. We went to Colombia, Argentina, Chile, and Brazil. So they have not released the exact dates yet on what they're going to do and how we can incorporate partners, if we can do that or not. But that's something that we're looking at, just so you know. And we really are focusing on FAMs, really just bringing those clients here. We're going to continue with this So visit Florida MegaFam. I believe they'll be releasing that information soon. Working again with Spirit Airlines, receptive tour operators, Mexico FAM, and Brazil, because there's just so many buyers out there that just have not been, they haven't been to Greater Fort Lauderdale in years, maybe, or ever. So there's just a lot of work to do there. So we're going to continue focusing on that. And I'm going to pass it on to Roger so he can talk about everything that's happening in the domestic world, which is quite a bit as well.
Good morning, everyone. So for domestic, coming up for the October through September timeframe, for partner participation opportunities, we have Apple Leisure Group coming up in October, and then Cruise World in November. We're working on that as we speak, kind of getting that set up to send out to partners to participate in very soon, as well as Cruise Planners in November. So that will round out the rest of 23. Moving into 24, we will do a series of travel and adventure shows in Chicago, Washington, D.C., and Atlanta, kind of back to back in January, February, and March. Then Clea's Cruise 360 in April. ASTA will come back up in ASTA will be in late May in Dallas, and then we'll get into the fall with our Delta Vacation University, JetBlue trainings, and sales missions, kind of dispersed in there when we have a breather to plot those in. Next slide, Caitlin, now. And then, of course, we will also be doing a series of fans with JetBlue Vacations yet this year, this calendar year in October, Cruise World in November, and Cruise Planners also in November. And then looking into next year, the Cruise 360, and then our standard GTM pre and post, and they will be in July next year. And then we recently, Caitlin kind of passed the torch to me for the ASTA South Florida chapter to work with them and make sure we're engaging with those local advisors. So we will be reaching out. They are looking for some hotels or attractions to host their monthly meetings. So they still have a few dates left for the fall, but they're really looking into 2024 for some unique meetings to get those local advisors out and seeing kind of some of the local things to see and do. They also have their holiday showcase in December and their spring affair. So if you're individually wanting to participate in those, you absolutely can, but we may be looking for a partner to attend one or two of those with us. And then we have a series of some webinar trainings coming up that we've been asked to put together a small package as an incentive so that people will sign up and take that webinar, and then we'll do a drawing at the end. So again, we're looking for maybe a 1 or 2 night getaway stay, attraction tickets, or restaurant vouchers to package that together and give to somebody like a Pleasant Holidays that's coming up on the 25th. And they have asked us to do a small package as an incentive. So if you are willing and able, we would love to collect those and hold on to them so we can have those on the fly when we have those webinars.
Just a quick update on our Lauderdale Loyalist. Just some numbers here. The program is out there. We talk about it every partner meeting. We'd love to see more of you registered and graduated in your teams within your hotels and attractions and so forth. But we continue to promote this. It's an excellent program. We've done some updates to it recently with some videos and something that's an opportunity for us to talk to our partners about as well to get you more exposure as well. But it's just an amazing program. Please push it out to your team and to your frontline staff. We'd love to see more of our partners engaged with this, but it's a great program. So this is our training platform. If you have questions about it, let us know. And Ted, this is your stage time now. As I said earlier, Ted joined us recently in the last few months. He is our VP of Research Strategy and Revenue Management, and he's going to share some numbers with you And we're so excited he's on board. Very, very excited. So take it away, Ted.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Tracy. We're very excited for all of our hotel partners because of the performance that we continue to see. If you look at the measures, with the exception of occupancy, which is going down, we see average daily rate and revenue per available room are in the 25 to 30% above pre-pandemic levels. So we have benefited in Lauderdale from a return to kind of normalcy before everyone else in the U.S. and definitely benefited by that. It's showing showing really strong numbers, and we're very excited about that for our hotel partners. Due to you can go to the next slide. Due to foreign exchange, this is the year to date. The year to date numbers are all a very positive story. It's starting to lose a little steam in second quarter simply because we recovered faster. As the U.S. continues to improve pretty much in all measures, with the exception of occupancy from a hotel perspective, we're starting to see weakness in second quarter on a year-over-year basis. I think a lot of that is because we opened up and have had so much success recently. And this is all driven a lot by domestic travel because there have been challenges with foreign exchange. The good news on the international front, which I think is great opportunity, is that the pound and the euro, and to a slightly lesser degree, but still a major degree, are getting strength versus the dollar, which creates a land of opportunity for our international partners. So we're very excited about, again, hotel performance, the interest in our destination, but we are going to see a shifting throughout the back half of the year. And as we progress into next year's peak season, the international mix is likely to increase because we're getting things back online, et cetera. In terms of segmentation, so we're expecting to have a friendlier environment for groups and international as we soften a little bit and can provide better pricing relative to the peak of the peak. And so again, creating opportunity, things are going well. In terms of segmentation, you can see from the ADR perspective, we're operating at a very high level, but in demand has been strong. We're seeing it drop off a little bit in 2023, but again, still strong performance. Next slide. In terms of how are we doing versus forecast, you see that because the pricing has been up and has continued to be up and shown a lot of strength, as other options open up, and for people who kind of cycle through the beach vacation to the inland vacation, et cetera, we've moved off of a few people's radars, and we're hoping to appeal to, with better foreign exchange, to get international travelers to fill that back in. But again, strong performance, outdoing what we thought we would do this year. If you want to have detail from a hotel perspective on the local market, Tuesday, August 1st, we have STR speaking to us. So we will get straight kind of from the horse's mouth there. So that's an exciting opportunity to get detailed information. Next slide. In terms of what's happening at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, strong volume. We're starting to move back towards pre-pandemic levels, which is really great to see. From an international perspective, we're excited. The percent of international was closer to 22% in 2023 versus 18% in 2022. So again, this is a story of recovery. We have new service to Tel Aviv, and Brazil has come back kind of full force with their service to that. Moving on to the cruise lines, you've got a lot of information about the excitement that's coming. You see what's happened. We started moving up closer to this year to pre-pandemic levels, but summer we're going to look much like last year. Thankfully, next year we have got the lift coming in for a lot of cruise line service during the lower season. So we're hoping to push back and get towards or start exceeding 2019 levels based on cruise coming back. And if you are interested in getting our measures, we always want to make a plug. If you go to the Visit Lauderdale site, you can get our hospitality reports, which has a lot of information about hotels, about the airport, about the Port Everglades, etc. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out, and we'll be expanding that over the course of the next several months. So thanks very much for the time. Appreciate it. Happy to be here, and happy selling.
Thank you very much, Ted. We appreciate all that information. And in closing, just want to remind everybody to be sure and follow this team. All that we just talked about, our Leisure Lauderdale, we post when we're out and about, wherever we are in the world, share what we're doing. And we certainly push this out to our buyers too when they're joining us. I have to say that this year, as we've had some of these FAMs come in, I've been so impressed with some of what promotion they're doing for us. Amazing. So please follow us on Leisure Lauderdale. And our next quarterly partner meeting will be at the beginning of our new fiscal year on October 3rd. And we look forward to seeing you there. And in closing, I just want to see, I don't see any additional questions coming in, but that means we've answered everything for everybody. But we hope to see you joining us in some of our programs. So reach out to us and let us know. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.